This is KMTV 3 News Now Weekend.
3 News Now is following the aftermath of a fire at an elite sport horse farm in Bennington owned by Blair and Karen Cudmore. The fire on Thursday morning claimed the life of one person and killed 9 horses. The equestrian community is giving back by fundraising for those impacted. 3 News Now reporter Isabella Basco shares a story of picking up the pieces through healing in horses.
If there's one thing the Cudmore family and Flying Change farm trainer Danny Urban have in common, it's their connection with horses.
I actually grew up watching Karen ride on TV at an international level, and I had the opportunity about 17 years ago to come and train with them.
Seeing a fiery blaze destroy this former horse haven was gut-wrenching for Urban to see.
It was very heartbreaking to see, like I said, almost 30 years of someone's passion and dedication and love into what they've built just up in flames. As well as, as a horse person, seeing the horses that were being pulled out and what shape they were in. We just all wanted to be able to help as soon as we could.
And help for Heartland Farms is coming in the form of a list up on the Nebraska Equine website, asking for ropes, water tanks, and grain. There's also a call for donations to the Cudmores and to the family of the man who lost his life.
The Cudmore family is a type of family that would do this for anybody else. So they, if there was someone in need or someone in trouble, they would be the first ones to reach out and want to help. And so I think it's important that everybody in the community wants to do the same for them.
Urban profoundly understands the comfort horses bring to humanity. It's why she's confident the Cudmores will prevail.
I have no doubt that they will rebuild. This is just something that we don't, it's a lifestyle, it's not a job for horse people. I think that there is no greater healing power than to have these horses in our lives and be able to share that with the other people that love horses too.
In Kennard, Isabella Basco, 3 News Now.
If you want to donate and help out, we'll have those links for you on our website, 3newsnow.com. We're going to head outside for a live look from our camera at Harrah's Casino. It's warming up and I'm hoping it's staying like this, but I'm hearing of a possible cold front. Audra, what's going on out there?
Yeah, Alyssa, we've basically had a parade of fronts over the past couple days, and that is continuing. So today it was a cold front that came through earlier. There's actually a warm front headed our way tomorrow, but that cold front today certainly did its job. Keep in mind, yesterday highs were in the 50s. Today, we actually managed to pop back up to 46 here in Omaha about mid-morning before some of those stronger north winds kicked in that late morning through early afternoon. So we hit 46, but we spent most of the afternoon right around 40 degrees. You can see some of the areas up north stayed a little bit cooler thanks to those north winds and that colder air making it to you just a little bit faster, but even down south, closer to 50 degrees. Out there tonight, it's pretty quiet. You can see satellite and radar. Well, not a whole lot going on. We are going to start to see a few more clouds moving in tonight, though. With the warm front coming in, just some clouds, trying to get a little bit of moisture, but we're going to stay dry as we head through tonight. But we certainly need some of that moisture, but it looks pretty dry, in fact, through most of the week ahead. Here's another view of that live look outside from our Harrah's cam. It's pretty quiet right now. Temperature-wise, it's cold out there. We're at 24 degrees, and thanks to basically no wind, it actually feels like 24 degrees. It seems like it's been a while since our wind has been so calm. Winds are going to stay pretty calm tonight, but then pick up a little bit more as we go throughout the day on Monday, but it will be a south wind. So we're going to start off with a chilly 25 degrees by the time you're heading out the door in the morning. By the afternoon, though, 50s. These are not the only 50s I have coming up in the 7-day forecast. We've got kind of a variety of some 30s, 40s, and 50s. I'll show you all that coming up in a few minutes.
We have an update on a barricade situation that resulted in 1 dead yesterday. The suspect has been identified as 48-year-old Michael Jones. Officers were called to the area of 72nd and Western Avenue around 11:20 a.m. Saturday. The 911 call was from a third party who reported an armed domestic dispute. Police say when they arrived, a woman involved in the dispute was outside. She told officers Jones was inside a detached garage behind the house. OPD crisis negotiators were on scene speaking with Jones by phone. After several hours, 2 gunshots were heard from inside the garage. Jones was found dead from an apparent gunshot wound, and a firearm was located near him. Officials say no officers discharged their firearms during the incident. An investigation is ongoing. Omaha police are asking for help in investigating a felony assault that occurred last night at Parliament Pub. Officers responded to a disturbance around 11:45 last night when they arrived just as Omaha Fire Department medics were treating an unconscious man. Fire officials transported the man, identified as 41-year-old Rodney Petit, to Nebraska Medical Center with life-threatening injuries. The investigation is ongoing, and anyone with information is urged to contact Omaha Crime Stoppers at 402-444-STOP. Just over a week ago, a young boy in Brainerd died. Yesterday, loved ones in the Brainerd community gathered to honor Croy. Semi-trucks lined up to honk to show their support. In a Facebook post by Croy's mom, the 4th grader was diagnosed with a rare disease that causes lesions on the brain and spine. Coronavirus cases are dropping in Douglas County. Friday, the health department reported more than 300 new cases detected. 12 more people have died from the virus between the ages of 45 and 90. Half of them were unvaccinated. 379 people are in the hospital with the virus. Medical and surgical beds are 89% occupied, while ICU beds are 86% occupied. CHI Health Creighton University are trying to get a message out to the immunocompromised people in the community. They want to address the importance of getting COVID-19 vaccinations. Many might not be getting the message since they see people in the high-risk population get admitted to the hospital. They say many have their vaccination, but they're missing another critical boost of protection against the virus.
Unfortunately, what I'm seeing is they have not gotten their booster vaccine. It's a little different, and we provided the link for you from the CDC. When your immune system is not as strong for these categories, it's really recommended you get 3 doses as your primary series. First, second, and the third one 28 days later. And then you get a booster shot 5 months later it's your 4th shot, and that's your booster shot.
Immunocompromised could mean a person is going through chemotherapy, had a recent operation, or has a disease. If you would like to get protected from COVID-19, the next vaccine clinic hosted by the Douglas County Health Department will be Wednesday. On February 9th, you can visit Clare Memorial United Methodist Church from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pfizer and Moderna will be offered. Appointments are strongly encouraged, but not required. And don't forget, you can head to 3newsnow.com for more details about virus trends and vaccine clinics. There's been many questions from community members about the future of the Omaha Public Library. Executive Director of OPL, Laura Marlane, wrote a letter for our news partners, the Omaha World Herald, discussing the relationship between public and private entities for libraries. In it, she explains her experiences with public-private partnerships, calling it a powerful impact, and says they help to meet community needs. She says over a decade ago, libraries and the philanthropic community began discussing the impact a collaboration could have on OPL, which led them to where they are now. She says, quote, "We're hopeful that OPL will have the opportunity to offer the library services that our patrons expect and deserve, and much needed technology in an accessible and beautiful space for people to learn, create, and change lives." She ends the letter by urging the community to dream big. Sunday is brunch day, with the beloved brunch restaurant reopening its doors. Over Easy had a pipe burst in the walls of the space, leaving 3 inches of water on the floor and a big mess. It forced the restaurant to close for more than 30 days. The business spent more than $50,000 in repairs, fixing the walls and cleaning up all the damage. The owner says a reopening makes feeding people that much sweeter.
We really don't know how long it's going to take to get back to normal.